Hello everybody. It's Kayla's birthday-ish. The Street Profits have something to say, but they'll have to make the Alpha Academy listen. And Kevin Owens is, well, still annoyed by Paul Heyman. I'm Casualeann. Come with me. You'll hear this repeated at the end of the video, but I'm going to say it here first. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. That's how my channel grows and gets recommended. It really helps when you do. Segment 1 has an apparent change of stage, shall we say, or at least a few elements in it. We get these huge orange roses and an obnoxiously big happy birthday balloon. Paul Heyman wishes Kayla a happy birthday, grudgingly, when he finds out. But once Kayla tells Paul Heyman that it's not her birthday yet, that it's just her birthday weekend, he promptly retracts all goodwill. He says, "You have an entire weekend. Why? Did your head start to come out of your mother? And it takes 72 hours for the rest of the body to come?" Kayla asks, "Is it okay that I have a birthday weekend? Is it fine?" And Heyman's like, "No, it's not okay. And you shouldn't celebrate it anyway. You should be giving your mom's womb the present." She counters that her parents are quite proud of her, and he responds that they must be proud for you to be with a legend each week, the counsel to the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. They announce the guests. They are to be Kevin Owens and the Street Profits. So we're nearing the end of the segment. It's not a long one. Paul picks up some cookies that someone's given her for her birthday, asks if she's eaten them. They're obviously open. And when she answers in the affirmative, he replies, "Oh, it sure looks like it," and chucks them away. Wow. The jerkiness is strong in this one. Oh, how little I would know. Oh my goodness. That balloon, the balloon that's been in the screenshot, the one that was doing so many wonders for his appearance, as she's priming the audience for the next segment, he stabs the balloon. He stabs the balloon right in front of her. If SMH had a video lead in, this would be it. There's a commercial. Segment 2 is with Kevin Owens. He is defined as relentless by Kayla. And I'm excited in the beginning. I'm thinking, okay, I know how good a promo this man can cut. He attests that he does not have a problem with people celebrating birthday weekends. He doesn't do it, but he doesn't have a problem with it. He inquires as to what Paul celebrates, and Paul Heyman descends into his Reignsing level bootlicking Lollapalooza about Roman. This is what brings him joy. Now Kevin, to this whole Roman Reigns butt kissing, has the best response ever. He just picks up his bottle of water and starts drinking. And I'm thinking, yes, sir, the BS is so high and so thick in the air, you need to rehydrate just to listen. They discuss him being targeted by Commander Aziz pre-match, and Kayla wants to know what his state of mind is looking at what transpired. He asserts that there is no frustration because Reigns and Cruz employed the same exact tactics that Owens used to use in his own reign. He notes that the interference and the assistance that they've been doing, like, it did elevate their careers. And he specifically mentions since Jay started doing his fighting for him, which makes Heyman visibly perturbed. I love their reference to the storyline, especially because it kind of establishes that others think that Roman needs Jay more than Jay needs Roman also. But then at the same time, there was kind of a slight crack in it because Roman literally just put Cesaro away by himself, like without any interference at all. But it was still an excellent kind of multi-layered, multifaceted point. But because of the methods that he employed in his own title reign, what has been coming back to him, he's had coming. but he says things are about to change. He said recently, over the past year, he's gotten to be with his family. And so when he sees them, everything else that's been happening melts away. But with the return to the road, the title and everything that's been happening to him, that's all he's going to be thinking about. He knows that Sami Zayn still has a problem with him, but he'll handle Sami. And Paul takes the opportunity to call Sami a prick. KO retorts that it takes one to know one. But he'll handle Apollo also. And what he said before hasn't changed, referring to Roman. Now click the review above for more detail on that. There's such subtlety at play. This is the first time that I've actively heard someone with thought aligning their approach to their own career, aligning their mindset regarding the title pursuits with how being at home or being on the road will actually affect them. At first, I thought it was a little dry, and I do still prefer the People Change promo from a few weeks ago, but after a second watch, I realized that this is still quite good. He shakes Paul's hand, then gives him a pound. Paul feigns pain, and that's the end of segment 2. Relentless indeed. There is another commercial break, and segment 3 is with the Street Profits. So they're going to face the Alpha Academy this Friday on SmackDown after Gable attempted to recruit them and Otis attacked them when they tried to warn him about being tied to Chad Gable. When Kayla asks what they think about it, Montez Ford, who does the majority of the talking, pauses and then replies, focused. That's their mindset. Angelo Dawkins intensifies it. He notes they aren't just focused, they're pissed off. They're going to destroy the academy because they interfered with profits. He says they're going to bust their head till the white meat show. As somebody who still has a scar from a white meat show kind of injury, let me tell you, those jokers hurt. And he delivers it with such intensity, almost an insanity behind the eyes. It was delicious. Kayla asks what aggravated them about the Alpha Academy's offer, Chad Gable wanting to bring them in. And Ford says that the Academy offered a business proposition. The Street Profits entertained it, but they were thinking, what has the Academy actually done for Gable, for Otis? Yes, the Alpha Academy has social media clout, but they are about chasing profits. So, rightfully, they denied the proposition. It says they like to have fun, but they are not the New Day. I love the difference making there. They do business, but there is no hurt business here, nor anywhere else for that matter. Then he gives us a hypothetical. If he had a problem with Paul Heyman, he wouldn't touch him. He wouldn't put a hand on him. It's business. He emphasizes, with business, hands should not have been thrown. But the truth has made people angry. The Street Profits love to entertain. They're grateful for it. But Dawkins, almost filling in contrast where Ford left off, says they're going to find out these hands put in work. And their faces are going to be beating up our hands. They'll put in work. The Academy doesn't even have a course for it. And Ford, yes, they live and die by 4 words, and they alternate. We want the smoke. This was okay, maybe even good. I believe it got a lot better as the segment went on. Ford is open. He's definitely the more outgoing character, but Dawkins is comfortable with that. Ford talks the most, but Angelo Dawkins is the one with more to say. Angelo says less, but it's more information dense. It has more substance with less language and a little more depth. So when he speaks, it's got some power to it. His statements contain the sound bites if they are chosen. We'll see if things take a Tamina Passion promo type direction. I would love to see some of what Dawkins said make it into a promo package. We get some commercials, and the final segment, as always, is with Paul Heyman. So Kayla reiterates that KO has a score to settle. This is like the theme of the entire episode, is scores being settled. Paul Heyman is quick to distance the head of the table from KO's said vendetta. He cites he'll settle it with Apollo and with Aziz and with that prick Sami Zayn. He believes that the Street Profits will also. And they both share that same view for the Street Profits. Paul Heyman calls them the most progressive, transformative tag team of the past 20 years in the WWE. All-time greats, the Mount Rushmore of tag teams, bringing to mention that they were ripped off for the tag team championships on Raw. And that's a great point. I always thought it was idiotic. When he said that, I was like, yes, Heyman, yes. If you will permit me a bit of digression here, that mess threw away a perfectly good potential storyline for how the tag team champions of each show being drafted to another would navigate their respective new divisions. Like, I was thinking, would they have to start things over? Like, that little switch just made everybody look stupid. And I'll go one step further. It sent a message that the two black teams were, despite being distinctive and innovative and unique, and despite the Street Profits not being the New Day, just like Montez Ford said, and the New Day vice versa, that they were interchangeable. Not a good look, WWE. Not a good look at all. Anyhow, with Paul Heyman talking the Street Profits up as much as he has, he notes that Alpha Academy is going to be out of their depth. They don't know what they're getting into. They watch back footage of Roman's beating of Dominic Mysterio after he ended their match with the Usos. So Kayla says Ray is coming back for revenge. And Heyman takes over from there, calling that Ray's first inclination, seeing through a father's eyes. Then he takes it upon himself to warn Ray. He says that Kevin will win his battles, Street Profits will prevail, but this legend bringing his son into the WWE, approaching Roman Reigns, not a good idea. When Reigns is unhinged, he'll end the show with his temper. Ray's family being permanently impacted. Dominic not being able to wrestle anymore. He declares Ray's not mono enough, which seemed a little overboard, but he explains that everyone is number two in a world in which Roman is number one. Business as usual. For our must-watch segment, I'm going to recommend the Street Profits. They house themselves in characters that give clear motivations. They sound threatening, yet strategic and professional. The one to see for the week. So for my rating, as both this and Raw Talk are shorter shows, on occasion I'll give things a second watch. And this was much better on a second watch than I thought the first time through. The birthday weekend thing, I could kind of take or leave. Other than more jerk Paul Heyman shenanigans, it was just all right. KO was good. The Street Profits were good. They really got cooking towards the end. And Paul's caution towards Ray, it was palpable. It was good overall. And I'm beginning to get used to there only being 2 guest segments. Not there yet, but it's not as awful as it started out being. So this week's show, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. That was Talking Smack from June 5th, 2021. Please, guys, like, share, comment, and subscribe. That is how my channel grows and gets recommended to others. So it really helps when you do. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.